You want to go?
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us from miles.
So these cherry tomatoes, they're my favorite. They have been the most flavorful.
Ones that are just like they're still green, but they're just like barely green. Just keep those ones on there too. They'll ripen up. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got all these cherry tomatoes. The girls picked these for me the other day. We've got an abundance. There's no way we can eat all these. So we've decided why not make ketchup, something that we can store and can and have over a long period of time.
So our first step is to weigh the tomatoes. The recipe is for 3.5 pounds. So we'll get started with that.
Yeah. All right, so that's one batch.
Do you want me to move this bowl? Maybe fit another load in it.
No, probably not actually.
Okay. Just switch.
Yeah, we'll use that one. No, it's very close. Right there.
Okay.
So that's 3. They're heavy, eh?
Yeah.
It's almost 4 pounds, but we'll say that's 5, right?
Yeah.
We'll just be a little liberal with everything we put in there. Let's just say 3.9, but it's all good. So 7, 14, geez, almost, it's about 18 pounds of cherry tomatoes.
And still more out there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So today we're gonna make kind of like a Heinz type ketchup, but the only difference is we're gonna try to roast the tomatoes. We just feel like that's gonna give it a little layer of flavor on top of that, and we're hoping it's pretty good. So we're just gonna put the tomatoes on baking sheets, throw them in the wood Cookstove oven, and we're looking for a little bit of char and just breaking them down a bit before we take the tomatoes. We'll probably let them cool down for a bit and then throw them through the tomato processor. Might have to do this in a few batches. So I don't know how this yellow pear tomatoes are going to affect the color of the ketchup, But I do kind of hope it's a little different. Might be interesting. Okay, so just pulled this one out of the oven. It's got a beautiful char on it, so that should add another layer of flavor. And we're just gonna get these in the bowl to cool down before we stick them through the tomato processor. Look at all those juices, eh? That's crazy. Thing with cherry tomatoes, we're probably gonna have to boil it down more than something that you would with like a paste tomato. Paste tomatoes are great for processing, but we just have so many cherry tomatoes and we just want to use them. Oh no. It'll be fine. It'll be put through the grinder anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good. Alright, let's see what these guys are doing. Yeah, those guys are good.
I don't feel like that will fit.
No, it's not going to go in that bowl. We gotta get another one.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Alright. Can you go get the back door? I'm going to go.
Yeah.
It's nice and cool and breezy out here. Look over that, yeah. Gotta be careful that we don't overfill the bowl. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna get the stock pot. You wanna put that down for a second? Okay. Yep. We are getting a lot of seeds and skins out, eh?
You're gonna put them back through another time?
Yeah, we probably will throw them through again. Might get another little pot just going, and we'll put a bit of water in with them.
Yeah.
Just a small pot, and then we'll throw them through again.
Do you want to do this small? large
second.
oven
For what?
for the skins.
Nope, just a small pot. So we're gonna start throwing the ingredients to blend in with the tomato sauce. This is gonna be for 5 batches altogether, but I'll put in the description below the ingredients we're using for a single batch. That way, if you guys decide to make this, you can just add it accordingly. So for this, it's 2.5 cups of sugar. More than one. After we get all this, the wife and I are probably going to try a spicier non-sugar version later once we get some more ripe tomatoes. So that's about 2.5 there. So I'm going to do 3 3/4 cup of vinegar, but I'm going to mix it nearly half and half with pickling vinegar and apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. One and 1/4 cups of pickling salt. 5 teaspoons of pepper. 12 teaspoons of ground garlic. 3 teaspoons of ground mustard, and 1 1/4 of celery salt. Oh yeah, that's a good amount of sauce for this. I just dumped that in there. Yeah.
Sorry.
You dumped that in way too literally. Oh, look at that. Look how thick that is.
Yeah.
Nothing goes to waste here. Still a little hot, girls and boys. Look at this little piggy. You're supposed to be with the other guys, you little clever bugger. I didn't forget about you guys, don't you worry. Huh? You're aggressive. So this should make about 7 quarts. Hopefully a little bit more. Okay. Sauce has been boiling down for hours. We've taken it from about 8 quarts in quantity down to about 4. So we're about half the amount of sauce that we started with, and it's gotten quite thick. I think that's a good consistency. So we're gonna get boiling. We're gonna get canning, sorry. We just boiled these in the canner itself. So we're gonna fill these up and get these in the canner, and it's gonna take about 15 minutes. Could fit it in. We'll see. Okay. So before we put the lids on, we're just going to give it a little clean around the edges, make sure everything's perfect with a bit of vinegar and a cloth. So we're just putting these rings on and are finger tight, not too tight. Oh, it's hot. That's about 1 3/4 inches. So ready to go with that. Once it comes to a boil, it'll be out in 15 minutes or done in 15 minutes. Okay, it's been exactly 15 minutes, so this is ready to come off now. Okay, so we've got 7 cans of tomato sauce or ketchup all done. I think what we'll do now is just let this cool down, and we're gonna try it in the morning. Maybe we'll make a grilled cheese or something. Okay, so it's the next morning. The ketchup is cooled down overnight. We took the rings off. We ended up with 9 jars. This one's only about half full, but that's okay. This is what we're going to be using and trying today. And it's got a nice consistency to it. I think maybe possibly we could have boiled it down a little bit longer, but it's pretty thick. So we want to try this stuff out. Oh, right. Yes. So we let this cool down overnight. This morning we took the rings off. You always take the rings off because you don't want to fall seal. These things should be sealed on there real good. You should be able to, or you should have to like pop these things off with a butter knife. And if you keep the rings on, you just won't know. So your food could go bad if you keep your rings on. But now, my wife made this lovely loaf of bread last night, or yesterday. So I'm gonna make a couple grilled cheeses, and I'm gonna make her some sausage and eggs. out?
Yes.
Oh, that sealed itself in the fridge. Guess when you put it in hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice consistency, actually.
Yeah.
Little runny, right?
It's not too bad though. I don't mind it a little bit runnier.
Mmm. Holy, that tastes good. All right, let's try this out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You wanna try a little bit? You like it?
Mmm. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we roasted it,
Mm.
it has like a whole other flavor to it. Like, it'd be more like ketchup, but it's almost like it's its own thing because it's roasted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Roasting makes a big difference, I think.
It's so good though. Like, this is way better than ketchup. Like Heinz ketchup or whatever you get from the bottle.
Mm.
I've had homemade ketchup that I've bought at the farmer's market before, which was like the best ketchup I've ever had. But I would say this is better.
Better?
I
Is
think
it?
so.
Oh,
I think so.
that's good.
But then again, we made it. So we might be biased.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guys, I'm going to put the ingredients in the description. If you guys want to try making this, I suggest go for it. Because I think a lot of us grown cherry tomatoes and we just have way more than we can deal with. This is a good way to use it. It's way better than ketchup you're going to get from the store, which I love, by the way. I love ketchup. And yeah, you get to pretty much capture summer in a jar. That's the best way of doing it. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
I don't know if 9 jars is going to last that long. I think we need to get some more. Okay, more. So good.